Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Wednesday, the 7th day of June. It's World Caring Day, which we should care every day. I kind of do.
We should. I usually don't.
Most days I usually care. Heidi usually don't. World Food Safety Day, Heidi, pay attention to that. She will look at an expiration day and say, ha, I think not. Like, this is expired by 2 years.
Oh, I do not.
Okay, maybe not quite that long. National Oklahoma Day, National Chocolate Ice Cream Day.
Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. From, what was that called?
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah. National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. National VCR Day. We still have a VCR. We have to get it out and connect it to use it, but we still have one that does work. National Boonie Day and National Running Day. All of these things happening on this Wednesday. In addition to that, I have a guest. Trey Hale, funny dude. He's got a new movie out. It's called Platonic, and All-American is another. We're going to chat about both of those things coming up.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Ontario researchers are working on plans to turn food waste into things like potato peels and corn stalks and whatever into plastic and nylon. It could be used to create everyday items like yoga pants made out of potato peels.
That's
and corn
fantastic,
stalks.
actually.
The waste,
especially
can
considering
create...
most of the time people that eat those products should not be wearing yoga pants.
Oh, come on. The waste
I'm one of them. I'm not saying they're not.
Can I finish?
Sure.
The Waste Can Create program looks to use genomics to help divert tons of waste into useful household clothes and items. I'm going to spare you the gross details, but the project involves a process called precision fermentation. Takes tiny little creatures that snack on these starchy things, and then their excrement is what is actually used to make the plastic.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's disturbing.
Then they can use them to make other things like nylon products and things like water bottles, which I hope I never use. Yee. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know a Colorado veterinary clinic is advising pet owners to remove their dog's collars when in the house?
Oh.
The Royal Vista Vet says that while collars are essential for keeping your pup safe out in the outside world, when you return home, it's safer to remove it because it could catch on furniture. The statement was released after a 14-month-old golden retriever got his collar stuck while playing. He panicked and tried to get free, but twisted himself in a way that his collar tightened around his neck. He's now on the road to recovery.
Our daughter removes their dog's collars every time they come inside, and I always thought, well, just leave it on. You're going to have to put it back on again.
I would like to remove our dog's collar just because you've got so much stuff on there. It's all clinking and...
an ID tag on it, just one.
A whole bunch of stuff on there, like your keychain.
I do
just got spare keys on the dog's collar. Like, what are you, a janitor? What's going on here? All right, we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Will Ferrell is reportedly in talks to star in a biopic about an NFL legend. Reported that the Anchorman star is in discussion to portray the late coach and TV commentator John Madden in a movie called Madden, a feature from MGM Amazon Studios. So here's the thing. I love Will Ferrell.
I do too. I wouldn't have.
I would have never pinned him for this. I would have never thought that this was. And here's the thing: like, he's a funny guy. So is he going to be playing this like as a funny thing, or is this going to be serious?
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how that all comes together. And it's hard to believe that Robert Downey Jr. could have played any other Marvel character but Iron Man, but it almost happened. For the 15th anniversary Iron Man's release, Marvel Studios president, a couple of different people here, they were on a program and they talked about Happy Hogan, a 2008 film, revealed Downey Jr. almost didn't play the iconic Marvel hero. In an interview, they said they talked about him for things like Doctor Doom and some other projects, but he almost didn't get the role that he's like now probably most well known for of anything. So
that dude is so talented.
Yeah,
seriously is.
Somebody else ended up playing Doom, and Downey Jr. spawned the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Iron Man. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. NASA is developing a snake-like robot that could slither over one of Saturn's 83 moons.
What?
So they would just it would be like sliding around looking for stuff, but it would be a robot that would like slither around on the moon.
Okay.
There's 83 moons on Saturn? I didn't realize there were that many. Wow. And a study found that people with longer commutes die earlier than people with shorter commutes. So maybe, just maybe, you should, try not to have such a long commute. I'm just saying.
Work closer to home.
Yeah. And finally, a 40-year-old man from the Netherlands is able to walk for the first time in 12 years. Gert-Jan Oskam, who's paralyzed in a cycling accident, is learning to walk again thanks to a brain-spine interface. I think we talked about this.
We did talk about this.
The wireless electronic implant created a direct neurological link between his brain and his spine to decode and transmit his thoughts.
I love that.
Into commands to move his legs and his feet. With the implants, Oskam has been able to regain natural control over the movement of his legs, allowing him to stand and walk and even climb stairs. A medical first, by the way.
See, now when this technology can be used for something good, I'm all for it. But it's when they start to go too far with controlling like other people's thoughts, for example, that's a little bit concerning.
No, this is really neat. And he says he's especially excited to be able to stand at a bar to drink with his friends. So that's his favorite thing about it. So
that would be mine too. I'm not going to lie.
This is so great. What is it for? So you can stand up and hug your wife? Nah.
Now I'm going to the bar.
I'm going to go to the bar and drink with my friends.
Until I can't walk home.
Yeah. Could be something like that. All right. I think that was our good news the other day, but there was another story. I thought I'd share that as well. A little update. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit right now with Trey Hale, and you know him from all kinds of cool stuff, Lethal Weapon, Shameless, and he's got a new program that just came out. It's called Platonic. It's on Apple Plus. Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne. This looks like a really fun program. First of all, thanks for joining us, and tell us how did you get involved in this project?
Sure. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. And yeah, Platonic, it is a very fun and hilarious program. I was fortunate enough to I auditioned about 3 times for it not too long ago. Actually, a year and a half ago.
Nice.
From this month. Yeah, I auditioned like 3 times for it, and that led to a chemistry with Seth. And then I was fortunate enough to book the part of Andy, who I play his best friend. For those who don't know, Platonic is a show about 2 lifelong friends that have a bit of a falling out, but rekindle at the midlife crisis point of their lives. And you kind of get to watch as their encompassing and consuming relationship takes over and affects the things they have going in their personal lives. For Seth, it's with his bar mates and his business partners like myself, Andy Thomas. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun making it. It's funny, it's sweet, it's light, and we're so excited for people to watch it.
And I'll bet there's going to be a lot of people who can relate to this, because in this program, these two are best friends as children, a boy and a girl. They were never dating, but then later in life, now they're friends. But I think it's interesting how her husband is like, okay, what's going on with this guy? Because he thinks there's more going on, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I think the arc of the show is we're kind of debunking that theory that, people assume that men and women are friends, that there's got to be some type of sexual tension there, or just the question in general, can men and women be friends? And that's the beauty of our show, is that there is no will they, won't they here. Seth and Rose truly are the time. And you get to watch that as an audience and realize that even when there are little claims or a little weirdness coming from Rose's husband's character, played by Luke McFarlane, as an audience, well, he got nothing to worry about because they are truly platonic friends,
And the program is called Platonic, and just came out May 24th. And again, this is on Apple Plus. Now, in addition to that, you're not just sitting around loafing. You're a busy dude. Netflix hit series All American. Let's talk about that. That's season 5 out right now. Is that right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Season 5 just debuted on Netflix, which has been great. Such an honor to be a part of, a monster of a show. Kind of intimidating at first, when you step on set of a show with so much acclaim and fan notoriety already, but it was such a blessing, and the cast that was just so cool with welcoming me as a newcomer. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I just played a football player, a father, which I am an ex-football player, and I'm also expecting my first child. So nice. a lot of parallels with the real world on that one. And it was just fun to go play around and be a part of it.
So now you said you were a football player and your father. Are there any other character similarities, or is that kind of the extent of it? Are you anything like the character in All American?
No. Other than that, that's really the extent to it. But I mean, it's pretty there. Like, the position he plays in football was the position I actually played. So that was a lot of fun. I know when I booked it, they were like, "We need to get you a stunt double and a body double," and I was like, "No, you're not. I will be doing all of my own stunts and my own body stuff because I played this position. I can't have my friends make fun of me when they see this."
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
Very cool. And you played for UCLA for 5 years, I'm reading. So that's really cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was the greatest experience of my life, man.
Well, I've got a couple of different programs people can see you in right now. Apple Plus series Platonic and All American on Netflix. And I'm going to throw a link to both of those so folks can find them online. Trey, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it, sir.
Man, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. We appreciate you. Again, our guest today has been Trey Hale. You can see him in the Netflix hit series All American, and season number 5 recently just started. That's really cool. I'll throw a link to the trailer and all the info on that. And this new program, Platonic, I think it looks really good. Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, and again, they're just friends. They were best friends as kids. Now they're just friends as adults, and it's called Platonic. I've got a link to that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sudan, the country, has nearly twice as many pyramids as Egypt.
Really?
You never think of that, though.
No.
Like the pyramids of Sudan. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Dead skin cells are the main ingredient in household dust. So
yeah, I knew
you
that.
See dust floating around, it's mainly dead skin cells.
I knew that.
Around.
That's why I don't dust. It might be someone I know.
You're so funny. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Potato chips are flammable and they make good kindling, especially those powdered with seasoning. So like I've
Doritos.
I've seen people use Doritos before as a fire starter. And
Interesting.
our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
I think we've talked about this before, but lemons float and limes sink.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
I think we have talked
Lemons
about that
float
before,
and
but I had
limes
forgotten.
sink. So if you're looking at something going, I wonder if that's a lemon or a lime. First of all, maybe you're colorblind.
Yeah.
But then you can check and see if it floats. Several fun facts. Now you know.
Or if you're
Thanks
wondering
for
if it's a
listening
witch.
to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. 12% of adults say they still have this from grade school. What is it?
Their teddy bear?
No. Well, kind of, but their best friend. So not really a teddy bear, but, their best friend. So I guess not kind of at all, but unless their teddy bear is their best friend. 12%. Do you still have your best friend from grade school?
I'm still very good friends with my best friend from grade school, but I don't get to speak to her as much as I would like to, so I would have to say no to that.
Well, 12% do. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Colorado man pulled over for speeding, tried to put his dog in the hot seat. Yeah.
My dog was
They stopped
driving.
an unidentified man going 52 miles an hour in a 30 zone. The man attempted to switch places with the dog.
Oh my gosh.
The officer approached the vehicle. The male then exited the passenger side of the vehicle and claimed, "I wasn't driving." Then he tried to flee but was quickly apprehended. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the male party showed clear signs of intoxication.
Yeah.
Police say the man was booked on multiple offenses and the dog does not face any charges. And the dog was let go with a warning.
Poor dog. He's like, what the heck,
Yeah,
man?
He was able to drive home. So, okay, the dog did not really drive home. Although it would have been funny if he did. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I don't know if I agree with this because I just don't know. But the best reality TV shows of all time. Do you have a favorite reality TV show?
Jury Duty.
Okay. And I
mean,
like
that's
that.
semi-reality. I mean,
That's
it's
a reality
not,
show, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's brand new, so it did not make this list. It is on Amazon Freevee, and we had the man who plays the judge in the show. We had him on this
Fantastic.
program. That's how I learned of it. And then I made Heidi watch the first episode.
I
which
loved
she
it.
did not want to watch.
I didn't.
And then she fell in love with it. And we've seen the full series 3 times. We're
3
working on
whole
number
times.
4.
Yep.
All right. Hey, the list, by the way, best reality shows of all time. Number 5, The Real World. 4, American Idol. 3, RuPaul's Drag Race. 2, Amazing Race. And the number 1 best reality show of all time is Survivor. So there you go. I have not really watched any of those. So again, I'm not going to say they're good or they're bad. I haven't watched them. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap, cheap, cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Your quote is from Billy Vaughn, who says, Money won't buy happiness, but it will pay the salaries of a large research staff to study the problem.
Yeah, it is true.
Oh, that's good. I remember one
Money
that said,
can solve a lot.
I remember one that said something about money doesn't make you happy, but I'd rather cry in a yacht than a canoe or something like that.
That's
And I was
true.
like, yeah, that's true. All right. I don't have a yacht, by the way. I also don't even have a canoe, just so you know. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. I really like this story. So here's the story. The headline is, Nurse and Boyfriend Heroic Efforts Save Man's Life During Mid-Flight Emergency. So a dramatic turn of events for a nurse and her boyfriend became unlikely. They became unlikely heroes during a mid-flight emergency when they sprang into action to save a man's life on a flight from the Bahamas to Baltimore. Emily Raines, a nurse at Greater Baltimore Medical Center, and her boyfriend, a former nurse who now works in finance, heard a call from a flight attendant asking for anybody with medical experience on the plane. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever had that happen?
I have not, fortunately.
I've never heard it in real life. I hear it on movies.
Oh, yeah, on movies.
But thank goodness
yeah.
I've never been in a situation where they've asked that, because that would be so scary. Couple immediately jumped into action and rushed to the aid of a man who was slumped over in his seat. He was unconscious with no pulse. Wow. Says, on our way up there, I was trying to pregame, like, okay, hey, we got to do compressions. I need you to do compressions. I'm going to take care of everything else. Like they were working it out.
Right.
The situation grew dire as his face was completely purple. It was quite alarming, obviously, seeing his face look that way. Refusing to give up on him, the couple remained calm and continued to administer CPR. They said, I say it was probably about 7 minutes before we landed and we got him back to life. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Passenger now back home and doing, quote, remarkably well after the incident. They're not sure why his heart stopped mid-flight, but it did.
That's terrifying.
And this couple brought him back to life.
Heroes.
Yeah, absolute heroes. Think about this. First responders do this kind of thing every single day. And I know I've mentioned that. I've usually when we have stories like this, I mention this a lot because, imagine if at the end of the day, somebody says, what'd you do today? I'm like, I saved 8 people. I mean, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
Like 8 different emergencies that happened and I had to save all these people. I mean, what's the most exciting thing we do? Like I read a fun story today. So,
read a story about somebody saving someone's life.
So hats off to all those who are out there saving people. Keep doing that. You're doing great. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.